What's good, people? It's just me, Sound, and Blue just discussing about the rap game. We just had some things we wanted to say. It was just spur of the moment. So just check it out.
Nas, Eminem, um, um, uh, Gangstar, DJ Premier, Guru, stuff like that or whatever.
Right.
We come from that. We know our generation and stuff, but I can't sit here and be like, okay, I can't sit here and be like to another person and be like, look, man, who you think is the best sucks, which is it's true. They're gonna have their own opinion. There's no way we can beat this. We can beat this logic into a person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you just beating on a dead body already. And it's already dead. Now, what I will say is, I've kind of got to a point now where I won't listen to the radio. I won't. If somebody says it's hot, it has to come from somebody I trust.
Nigga,
Right.
Like say you or Vontae say somebody is hot, without question, I'm checking
fuck
the
you.
person out because 99% of the time you won't steer me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now, versus say a newer person, say somebody I don't know, like, hey man, you need to check out Kevin Gates, man. He's dope, bro. And then I give him the benefit of the doubt and check the person out. And me personally, I don't like Kevin Gates at all. I can't stand him. Dude's horrible. But that's
Yeah.
besides the point. That's besides the point. Every rapper's not gonna appeal to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like
That's true.
nowadays. It's like nowadays you have it to where you have like a person say his music is more suited for a club, and then you have people on the underground who is more lyrical that'll appeal to somebody that's not club oriented. They're more okay. This makes me think or whatever.
Right.
And it's like I understand people go to the club, they don't want to hear that think type of music, and I understand it vice versa. Now, me personally, I don't want to hear the club music. Period. Every now and then I may like a song, but that's as far as it goes. Now, if I'm gonna go anywhere close to club music, I'll go back to Cash Money old days. You know what I'm saying? Like Juvenile stuff like that. But
Show that ass,
like
bitch.
nowadays, I can't do it. So it's rappers nowadays. It's very few and far between that I'll actually take the time to listen to. You
But I
know?
think the thing is like the thing that bothers me the most, and it's not just like the conversation about like who people think are hot.
Hmm.
It's the conversation that you you not only think these listening to them like you're like living that life, like you're trying to live through them for the most part. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like it's one thing if like I'm not saying don't listen to like the hype music and stuff because everybody has a song from like a certain person that's like pretty hype or whatever.
Hmm.
But when your artist doesn't put out any type of lyrical substance but say the same thing in like 18 different ways on like 18 different tracks,
Yeah.
you can't tell me that like they're legit. Like you can't tell me like yo go listen to them blah 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 when they're talking about the same thing in 18 different ways and still don't make sense. I can't take you seriously. And the reason why this is the reason why like I wanted to have this conversation and there's a and that's why I said earlier like I know for like the things I'm going to say it's like if I tell people this and they were like all in here um they get butthurt, right?
Yep.
Do
There's a
it.
handful of people. There's a
Do it.
handful of people I just don't listen to as far as like when they suggest music, right?
Do it.
Uh, like there's a handful. One of them being is Red. I don't take nothing musically serious. Anything Red
No
suggests,
comment.
I don't take it. I don't take it seriously. I don't. Like I don't take it seriously
No comment.
because and I say that to say this. She falls under that 25 and under umbrella.
Hey, nigga, what you mean?
Listen.
No, no, I'm messing with you. I'm
Let
messing
me
with you.
finish.
I'm messing.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Now I'm saying that because not everybody is like that, but majority of people that are 25 and under fall into that category of that Kevin Gates, that Future, that Lil Uzi, fucking Two Chains like type of shit, and they love it. They fucking love it. Like it's like I can't take you seriously if you're talking about oh yeah I also like these artists because they're really good, but you listen to these specific artists all day fucking long.
Right.
Like I can't take you seriously music wise. Like I just can't. Like I'll hear you. I'll listen to what opinion you got about it. And I'm not gonna knock you for liking for what you like,
Mm-hmm.
but your suggestion is null and void to me at that point.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more on that
Like
one.
it's null and void because like you can't seriously suggest to somebody who you know has a weird like echelon as far as like musical taste as far as like hip hop wise and suggest the same stuff. You can't.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can't take you seriously when like the stuff that you're suggesting also the stuff that like you're trying to use in your daily language that you use in your daily language such as like
Skirt,
fucking lit
skirt.
yeah skirt lit dab all of that shit if you're using that in your daily language I already know what type of music you like.
You
I
flick of the
already know.
wrist. Well, go ahead. I'm
Like
sorry.
I
Go ahead.
already
Flick of
know.
the wrist. Look at
Right.
the flick of the wrist.
What was another one? Adrian Pac. All right. Oh, so I listened to like 4 songs on YouTube from that dude. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot rock with him. Like his melodies is nice. His melodies, I give you that, but I cannot rock with him. And for a simple fact being, the first song I listened to from that dude, he said "nigga" 3 times before like any type of substance came out. Any of it.
Mm.
Oh man.
I was like,
Yeah.
I can't take it serious. Maybe it's one of those things. He's just a newer artist. He's fresh. He's gonna eventually change his style. Maybe after like a year or two more that he's out, I'll probably give him another go. Whatever. I'll try again. Like some of these artists, I'll try again, but some of these artists I will never listen to again, like ever again. And one of those cats I feel like that is Lil Dicky. Like Lil Dicky, like his style is kind of like Gambino-ish to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I can kind of fuck with it a little bit, but it's still not to the point where like I gotta listen to everything he put out. Like there's probably a handful of stuff verse wise I'll probably listen to,
Yeah.
just because like it's different and unorthodox, and it kind of makes you laugh,
Yeah.
and it's not all about like drugs and killing and all that shit all the time. I can deal with that. I'm fine with that. That's another dude who will eventually like either evolve with it or randomly just get different with it, a la Asher Roth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just make it work. That's the stuff I'm okay with. That's like with that 2016 freshman thing. The only dude in that picture that's worth noting, that's worth listening to, is Lil Dicky.
Yeah, you ain't lying about that one because I remember you posted that picture on Twitter, and I had, man, if I could retweet that picture 1,000,000 times, dude, I would.
Quivonte, have you seen the picture I'm talking about?
Which one?
Hold on, I'll show you. Wait a minute.
I hope you're not talking about trash cans or something like that.
Let me see.
You cut yourself.
There we
How
go.
about that, motherfucker? Yeah, the trash can one. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I was like, even just looking at that picture, I'm like, what the fuck is happening right here? Like,
Yeah.
if hip hop was an image right now, it'd be this image. All types of shit going on. Everybody looking crazy as fuck. Kind of looking mannequinish. Like it's that's it.
Yep. And that shows through the magazines too, because I used to be diehard when I used to get money or allowance or whatever from my mom or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If we go to the store, I will blow my money on Double XL and Source magazine
Of course.
every time. I used to live for these magazines. Now I can't even stand to even see these magazines. I gotta walk right past them because they piss me off. Because it's very rare I see somebody on the cover that I respect or that I will take the time to listen to. And when
Right.
it comes to these freshman covers, I think the last good cover,
2013.
yeah, thank you. Because who was on 13? I'm trying to remember who was
I
on
thought
13.
it was Ab or School because one of them was back to back because like School and Ab or Ab and School. It was
Let me
one. It
see.
was something like that.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it could have been like one of them TDE motherfuckers and like
Yeah.
Logic and somebody else was on there. I can't remember the other people. It was like, but 13
Yeah, it was. Here it is. Hold on. Yeah, you got fucking who's on the shit? You got like Logic, Action Bronson,
Mm-hmm.
like Schoolboy Q. Yeah, this is
Yeah, really and truthfully, they started out. Double XL started doing this freshman thing. I remember the first one. Because the first one was Lupe Fiasco, Crooked Eye, Joel Ortiz. I think Nipsey Hussle. I know Nipsey Hussle was. I think it was on a 10. I want to say 10 or whatever.
Right.
It was just it was dope. You know what I'm saying? And ever since
Oh, Busy
then,
World.
give or take a couple years or whatever, it's been on a decline ever since. And now it just went to fucking hell. So I can't even pay it any attention anymore.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's something crazy. Like it's progressively getting worse.
Yep.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah, but son, I can't agree with you more, man. It's like Red, that's my nigga. Y'all know. Y'all know. Y'all both know, especially you sound, you know.
Right.
Nigger.
You know
Nigger.
that's my nigga. But when it comes to her musical preference, dog,
Pat.
I
Yeah, I can't.
And
cannot
see,
fuck with it at all.
I was
At
about to say,
all.
so I was about to say something, but I'm not gonna say that because you know how I am. I'm not gonna say nothing.
You might as
Oh my
well.
God, yo,
You might as well.
this might be. Hold on, wait a minute. This might be the best cover. The 2009 class,
Hmm.
probably the best cover. Wait a minute.
Oh, that's Kirk Cobain. Oh, no.
There we go.
Okay, that's cool. Who the fuck that?
Yep.
2009 class.
Hmm. Yep. B.O.B. Asheroff, Charles Hamilton. I still listen to Charles Hamilton. Who else was on that cover? I think it was Blue was on that cover. Who else was on that cover that I can think of? I think Nipsey Hussle was on that cover.
All right.
Uh, I can't think of anybody else that was on that cover. But that one, the '09, well, not that one, the first one and this one, and then I think the next year, I think those are the best three they had. But other than that, man, downhill. And
Mm.
I still mess with Charles Hamilton heavy, even though he samples a lot. It's the way that man samples his music or whatever.
Yeah.
His bars are always on point. Don't get me wrong, but the way he samples and what he samples, it's incredible to me. He's like kind of like MF Doom when it comes to the sampling and stuff, but
Yeah. Yeah. He is. Yeah.
his, the man he put out products at such a high rate, man. It's crazy. It's like he didn't have to put out an album. That man got I counted. That man right now to date has about 135 mixtapes.
God damn.
135 because I found a list of every mixtape that man did. It's 135. I mean anything from Prince sample, Michael Jackson sample to his own personal, beats or whatever and all the other stuff. Like produced damn near every beat he's on, wrote every verse he's ever did or whatever. So only thing I didn't like about him, but I respected it though, is when he would do his music, you know how when people mix and master to get the studio quality sound or whatever,
Hmm.
what he would do is the beat that he had, he would run it through Windows Media. That's why the sound quality was so bad, but his vocals always sounded, studio quality because he wanted people to pay attention to his words more than the beat.
Right.
So I respected it, but I hated it at the same time because he have a nice ass beat, and that beat sounds so horrible over his, or with his lyrics over it. You know what I'm saying? But I respected it. It's whatever. But
Mm.
Yeah, I mean it happens like that, man. Like sometimes, and it's like I'd rather listen to somebody has more of a point to get across than anything,
hmm.
because eventually, like the beats, like if you're really feeling the artist and you really feeling like what they got going on, like the beat is kind of like that background noise anyway.
Hmm.
So then you can just kind of like focus on the words, and that's straight. But like there's it's just a crazy amount of stuff that's just happening in music. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't make sense now. Like it just doesn't fucking make sense that you can't deliberately say like, oh man, I love this artist from back in the day because I love how they do it, and then you listen to whatever you listen to now and think like they're on the same wavelength. Like you can't do that. You're pretty much telling people like, yo, like I really like this, but because like of the times, I'm okay with accepting this.
Yeah.
Like
Man.
I just can't, man. It's just,
Yeah.
I've slowly tried to just like, I don't want to say like, uh, I'm slowly trying to pull myself away from just people who just generally like, I guess like subconsciously live the new school lifestyle, sort of.
Hmm.
I'm slowly trying to pull away from that because I almost one day like just I think I was like almost like thinking out loud. And somebody, I was on Snapchat or something like that, and somebody wrote like, "This shit is fucking lit." I was like, "Yo, please stop saying that shit. Like, that's not like,
Mm-mm-mm.
stop it. Like, just please stop it." And like, I can't. I know I can't do that because people. I mean, people do. They're gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna feel like what they're comfortable with. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's just like a mind frame, and it's definitely one of those things that um, you don't want to be labeled as like that throwback guy all the time, but
I'll
or
do
like
it.
any type of elitist. But it's like, yo, you gotta have a standard.
Yeah.
Like you have to have a standard. Like you can't just let people just put out any type of music and then you just all of a sudden fans of it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like you can't be bumping club music all damn day. Like you can't do that. It was no type of substance, no type of like story trying to be told, no type of like lesson trying to be taught. You can't do that. Even with the craziest shit that ODB was saying, he was still putting you on some shit.
Yep.
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 ODB is like probably the perfect example, like somebody who can talk gibberish to you, but the gibberish is some shit that you will make sense of. You may not catch it the first time. You're gonna have to listen maybe twice, maybe three times to understand what he's talking about, but you're gonna get it.
Yep. That's very true. Because I remember one of the few songs where you could actually understand what he was saying. It's like, I'm the one man army, a son. I never been taken out. I keep MCs looking out. I drop bombs like girls be dropping babies. Enough to make a nigga go crazy,
Right.
man.
He was our young thug. No, he wasn't. Like he wasn't. That's a bad
Wow.
comparison. Don't disrespect ODB. Don't disrespect. That's a bad comparison.
I know.
That's a
I just want to say that shit.
that's a hella
I
bad
just want to say
comparison.
it. I just want to say it.
I'm done. Wow.
Like, oh, oh my god.
Oh shit. And I agree with you 100%. That's why I love it when say like a Kendrick Lamar wins. You know what I'm saying? Or like J
Right. Oh
Cole
yeah.
wins. Or say like a who else? Well, at one point when Lupe Fiasco was winning, I mean he still kind of is, but he's kind of pushing away from the limelight. But I love when guys like that win. You know what I'm saying? It shows that it's not completely dead. It teeters a lot on it being dead, but
Yeah.
you got people, you still got some people that's still here that's pushing for you. You know what I'm saying? Like even Av Soul for that matter. I think Av Soul should be more bigger than he is now, but
There's a few cats like right now. It may not seem like they're doing too much, but I give it like because I guess like the music industry is kind of weird. I give it 5 years, right?
hmm
5 years. Joel Ortiz, Logic, Snow the Product, and fucking Lil Dicky. 5 years. I give them 5 years. They're gonna be on like some weird like next level shit. 5 years.
oh god, all the things I do to
Shut up, Blue.
Snow.
We not gonna. We talked about this last night, man. We want to talk about
Yo,
this again.
Snow the Product was fine. She's fine as fuck.
See, we not gonna talk about this. Blue, don't do it. We not going through this two
All
days
right,
in a
man.
row.
I'll put the yams away, man. All right, shit.
No, because you started it in a way, nigga. I'm just, but
Oh
not,
god.
but not.
Well, you
I'm
guys had
sorry.
this conversation yesterday about Snow.
'Cause what happened was, man. Okay,
God
so
damn.
Vontae, it's another girl that she calls herself Red or whatever.
Hmm.
Me, Vontae, Red, and Josh, this guy that Vontae knows, we were in the kid conversation, and it was getting very racial in there,
Uh-huh.
because we it was, it was getting very racial in there, and I don't know how we got on Latinas or whatever, but Snow the product got mentioned. I think I brought her up,
Right.
and then Josh
No,
had said some
because you don't
things
remember
or whatever.
he was at the party. He was had a little wedding
Oh yeah,
reception. Basically, we
oh
were talking
yeah,
about Latinas, and then we started talking about Snow the product in a way.
yeah,
That's kind of how
man.
they started.
Man, sound like dude, my nigga. He was talking down on Latinas, man. He's at a wedding with nothing but Latinas, and this man has not got his dick wet yet. So I'm like, man, you need to fucking prosper and get you a Latina in there. I mean,
All right.
something. And then it goes from that to, well, they're not indigenous people, like all this like Malcolm X, like real militant type of
Oh,
shit
here
or
we
whatever.
go.
Because
Exactly,
he's worse than me in a way.
dude.
He's worse than me. So yeah.
I never thought I'd see the day that I would know somebody or talk to somebody more militant than Vontae. I promise you, he makes Vontae look like Vanilla Ice when it comes to this militant shit, dog.
God damn.
Yeah, it blew me away. So I brought up Snow the product or whatever, and he's going in on her. Man, I was about to put my foot through my fucking phone. Like, how dare you speak illy of this woman? Like, oh my God, Snow the product can ride my face right now. God damn it! But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. Hurt
Con-
my soul, man.
Continue.
Yo,
Just
she's fucking fire though. She's just
Mm-hmm.
like she's on some like crazy, like she's almost on that weird like Angie Martinez shit in like early 2000s type of shit, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before Angie Martinez got old.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Angie Martinez.
I know, right?
mhm.
Yeah. God dang. Memories.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, but yeah. But it's like I don't know what it is. I think it's just the more people just bring up stuff. Like I'm actually to the point where like I think it's just me being like either really salty about it, just because like the way the things have been going down.
Mm-hmm.
Because even when I see stuff like on my social media about shit like that, I want to get rid of it ASAP. Like I want to get whatever I'm looking at, I want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like it's
And
getting that bad.
and I don't blame you because nowadays like social media plays a big part with an artist or whatever, and it
Mhm.
gets to the point now where it's like you don't even want to be on social media anymore because none of the people that you listen to or none of the people that you think, man, this person's a great musician or a great artist, you don't really see them too much on social media getting that type of recognition or that praise or whatever like they should be getting. Is I can go on my timeline right now. Hold on, let me see.
Gotta get rid of all that Dominican poison stuff off there first. Scroll down enough. See,
Let's
see the
see.
music
Yeah, didn't even scroll down my timeline or up my timeline. There's some shit about Gucci Mane. I don't give a fuck about this dude. I don't fucking care. It's like, oh
Yeah,
my god, he's a clone. I don't give a fuck, man.
you're right.
I
I saw
don't.
that shit too. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Now his girlfriend, on the other hand, that's a different ball game. Outside of that, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That man has not made one song I think is dope, catchy, or whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Now, to somebody else, I can guarantee you, man, that's my favorite rapper, man. He's the greatest ever. You'll hear some stupid shit like that.
I know
It's
one.
like,
I know one of them.
and it's like, it's crazy. That music does not appeal to me. Now, if I'm going to listen to quote unquote trap music, put that in quotations,
Mm.
Right.
it's only one person I'm going to listen to from trap music era, and that's Young Jeezy. And that's just saying a lot
Right.
because he wasn't exactly super lyrical, but you believe what the man said. The man had talent enough to put it together, and I respect him for that. You know. Now Gucci Mane, on the other hand, he's more like a mush mouth type rapper, or whatever. I can't understand what the man's saying, so
Yeah.
I don't need to waste my time. Now it's God, this shit is pissing me off. I I'm in the same boat with you, man, because like I'm trying my best not to be salty about it, but then it's like, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? It's like you one person. It's only so much you can do. It's only so much you can support. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Yeah. It's yo,
uh
Gadget, what are you looking at, bro? What are you doing?
Mm.
oh.
Come
But
Gadgetron. Here you go.
y'all just gonna sit in there and have a conversation without me?
Yep. Bait. See.
Oh man, this shit is crazy.
What is it? I mean, I I don't know, man. It's like every day I feel myself get more and more like just frustrated about like what's out there, seriously, because it's like yo, it's like how do you just allow shit like that to happen? Like because then it makes me feel like yo, I can't take nothing you say seriously because you are so easy to conform and take what's popular as what's hot instead of like having making up your own mind about stuff.
Right.
Like just because like a new artist is out, right, and everybody and their mom's on that artist does not mean that artist is hot.
Right.
It does not mean that they're hot at all. It means they're the new it thing, but that doesn't make them hot.
Exactly.
And with as many artists that there are out now, why do all of them sound exactly the same? So who's to say that your artist is better than another when you all sound the same?
Right.
Nobody's sound is different. And I think I was watching something. They were like, what was I watching? It was something on YouTube. Snoop Dogg was doing an interview on YouTube, and he said, "Yo, like everybody out here just sounds the same." He said back in the day, if you couldn't sound like anybody else, because if you did, that was a thing called biting. You couldn't do that. You weren't supposed to do that.
Yep.
You're not supposed to take somebody else's sound and say it's yours. Like you're not supposed to do that. Now Cass is out here doing it like it's going out of style.
Facts. Facts. Mm. Yeah, because it's one thing to be influenced by, say it's a person that from your, say, your state or city or whatever,
Right.
and what they rap about, man, it motivated you to start rapping or whatever, and you were influenced by them, so you have a similar style, so you kind of say you mix your style with their style. Okay, that's one thing. But then now, okay, I don't even know. I'm just gonna run down some of these names: Young Thug, Future, Designer,
I don't know who the fuck's the designer. Who is that?
Don't worry
the
about
the,
it.
the dumbass Panda song.
Oh, that beat's dope. I don't know
Yeah,
the lyrics of the song, but the beat's dope.
yeah, but if you hear the actual lyrics to the song, dog, he sounds just like Future.
I don't hear
Just like,
anything. That's the problem. I never even heard the song yet.
yeah,
Still,
and that's crazy because I just heard the song. Actually, I heard that song this morning, and the only reason I heard that song is because I was watching this vlog and somebody had the beat in the background and with the lyrics on it. You know what I'm saying? Then it went from that to, at the end of the video, they played him saying the actual words to the song.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, so this who this dumbass is with this Panda song sounds just like Future. I don't like Future either, but I'd be damned if I'm gonna listen to somebody that sounds exactly like this man and I'm thinking that's his actual song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's different. You say, okay, I'm influenced by Future, but I like East Coast rap. So I mean, I know I sound like him, but I put more emphasis on my lyrics. So you could say I'm trying to push lyrics to the forefront so people can keep me out of that realm of thinking I'm like Future. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
will respect that, but he sounds just like Future. If you hear the song, which I highly advise that you don't listen to it, but if you do, he sounds just like Future. You know what I'm saying? And I can't stand that. It's like, especially being from the South. Like, majority of my life I've lived in the South, and for the most part, the South and West Coast at one point, especially the South, was getting a lot of scrutiny. You know what I'm saying? Because, oh, we're country, or we sound different, or we don't have any lyrics or whatever, and all
Right.
this other stuff. And then, like, West Coast, with West Coast and East Coast or whatever, East Coast was over here not playing none of the West Coast music. But mind you, it's plenty of lyricists over there on the West Coast. You know.
Exactly.
Now, as far as the South's concerned, I can't really say it's too many from the South right now at this point that's in this era now that's lyrical, unless you want to go to Texas. But Texas, that's influenced with cars and and drugs and all that other stuff. So I don't really want to say too many out of Texas. But
Right.
far as I'm concerned, you got Outkast. If you want to go, hype or crunk or whatever, you got Pastor Troy.
Hmm.
You got UGK. You got Goody Mob. You got for people that like him, you got Ti to a certain extent. I'm not a fan of him, but whatever.
Right.
Um, I'm missing a lot of people. A Ball and MJG. Uh, at one point, I'll even give Trick Daddy credit because he wasn't super lyrical, but his content was real. You could tell his content was real.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'll give him credit. His content was real. So I messed with Trick Daddy. Hot Boys at one point, their content was real. I don't like Lil Wayne now, but content was real. So I give him that at that point. It was a lot of stuff coming out of the South, and it wasn't to say, okay, we want to sound like the East Coast, we want to sound like West Coast. We had our own sound. Now
Exactly.
I'll take a mulligan on the whole crunk era or whatever because I wasn't really too big in that crunk era, but I give Little John for making something out of nothing. I give him that.
Right.
But I get tired of music now coming out of the South. Like 95% of what comes out of the South now, I can't even pay attention to or listen to because it's so horrible. It like you said, man, it all sounds the same. If you don't sound like a trap artist out of Atlanta and you're in the South, you're not gonna get no type of recognition whatsoever.
Right. It's like that's the thing. It's like everything that's out. There's not a different version of it. Everything is trapped now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is fucking trap now.
But it's lit though, G. It's
Yo,
lit.
I
Wow.
swear. And see, I feel like I'm glad you said that because anybody who's like, yo, I like trap, I can deal with trap or whatever. Those words and trap are synonymous with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Like, even if like we decided to do like a weird scientific study, right? Talk to 10 different people in our area. It doesn't matter what 10. Guaranteed, they like trap and they say the word lit at least once in a conversation.
Let's go.
Right.
Like at least once in a conversation.
Yep.
And it's like, and the shitty part is, man, a lot of times it's people you know. It's people that you know, and it's like, I don't want to hate you, but you about to make me hate you. Like it's one of those feelings. Like you can't. It's like you can't honestly believe in what you're saying and what you're listening to. Like you can't honestly do that. And everybody always gives a reason, like, well, it's good and beat, blah 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 blah, or like sometimes you just want to turn your brain off. It's like, yeah, every now and again you want to turn your brain off, but not every day, all the time.
Right.
Like you cannot do that. Like the whole shit. I get a whole thing about like when I tell people, yo, I don't like Drake, they fucking act like the world is about to end. They're like, yo, have you listened to his album? I was like,
No, don't
no.
want to.
Right. It's like they're like, and they always, and this is what people always go. They, oh man, you gotta listen to it. There's a song, yo, you know what song you like? Cause just cause of the vibe you have, you need to listen to Controller. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, yo, don't assume I like a certain style of music just because of my personality. Don't do that.
Right.
Like, do not do that. Like, I get you're trying to be nice. I get that. Kudos to you. 10 points to Gryffindor and all that shit. But don't, don't fucking, just don't assume that. Just do not do it.
Right.
Like, when I have to constantly list people that I just do not like, people are like, yo, why? Like, I was like, yo, the music's just not for me. And I've broken it down many, many times on like many things. And it's like the stuff that between like Drake, Future, Kevin Gates, even fucking Bryson Tiller, man, like it's not for me. Like they're not putting out music for my age group. They're not saying stuff I'm trying to hear. They're putting out stuff that the younger crowd wants to listen to. They're like that party crowd, that I don't give a fuck crowd, that I want to be a gangster crowd, like staying in the trap crowd. That's what they're putting out. They're putting out music for those people that always want to quote unquote turn up and fucking all that shit. Nobody has time for that all the time.
Right.
Like you just don't have time. Like I said, every now and again you might want to hear something random like that. But if you want to hear something like that, you go back in the crate a little bit and pick out an artist that was like that had a song like that did it for you. And the only thing you need to do is listen to that, and then you're good.
Yep.
That's all you got to do. But again, all that stuff is just people being sheeple and just taking and accepting what's out.
Yep. This is very true.
Because a new artist can drop tonight, right? A new artist can drop tonight. 7 people can be like, yo, this is probably the hottest single from them. Everybody, by the time you wake up in the morning, everybody and their mom is supposedly about to be the biggest fans in the world and know everything about that person.
Yep. All facts.
Like, come on, man. Like, what? Like, I just want to know, like, at what point in time did it just stop being, like, lyrics made sense? People were actually, like, legit. Music videos were actually worth watching. Fucking, it wasn't just, like, a fashion show with music behind it. Like, when did that shit, like, stop happening? Like, seriously. Like, when did that shit just stop happening? Seriously.
You want to go, Blue?
No, it's go ahead, Vontae.
Okay.
Man, I hear it. I go proceed, sir. Proceed.
To me, I think it's in between like like 07, 09, when it was like what was named like the mixtape Wayne era, I guess you can call it, because when he started doing his mixtapes and doing all these type of beats and just basically it was about pussy money, weed, and things like that. And then in a way that kind of influenced people with just talking about that shit, and then you know that shit influenced the futures and influenced like the Migos and influenced other people like that. Cause it, you know, it just revolved. I'm not gonna say Lil Wayne is the goddamn problem, or he was the problem, but it was.
He is the fucking problem.
Shut the. Hey, we're not gonna talk about that. Come on now, I'm trying to be civil here, man. But it is around that time, like the Waynes and the Rosses and I can't remember other people like that, but it's some other people, and it's just you know just the same, just the same generic ass, hard ass, loud ass beat, and then people coming like, okay, this what this what the people like, is basically supply and demand. So then, since that's what people want, this what we always gonna give them, and then to a degree, people not people not saying no to it really anymore, because motherfucker, that's how we got Trinidad James and shit at the time, and then yeah, and then that's why we got somebody else I'm forgetting right now. I'm not, but Young Thug is another one. But it's some other people I'm forgetting. The Migos as well. But it all it's just, it's just all just the same shit. And then it's just sometimes a lot of people don't know how to say no. But everyone, a lot of people saying yes, and I will include motherfuckers in my age group, even though I'm not part of that goddamn group, because my shit. My top three got Rakim in there. So motherfucker, I'm 24 and Rakim like fucking what 88 or something like that. So what that tell you? I'm just saying. If
Right.
Rakim in my top three, top five, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
young as hell, like it's
Yep.
goddamn. But
That speaks volumes though, man. Because I mean, it's not a lot of people in that age group that it will even take the time to bother to even listen to Rakim.
yeah,
So, but yeah, you're right in the start. You were right. It's partly Wayne's fault, but we're not gonna go there because I promise. See, since we even on this subject, matter of fact,
here you come.
one of my closest friends from high school, I remember Carter. I think Carter 2, either the first Carter or Carter 2 had just come out, and I was riding with him. And every time I used to ride with him, he would play Lil Wayne, and I'm like, look, dude, like you my boy. I appreciate you giving me this ride or whatever, but all I'm asking, man, I even give you gas money. Please stop playing this fucking Lil Wayne. I'm sorry, dog. I don't like him. And then he go into this whole rant about, man, he's one of the best out the South, man. All this other shit. I said, no, the hell he's not, man. I said, stop riding away, because I could tell he was riding away. If he wasn't even really for real into the dude, he only into him because of other people. I said,
Right.
dude, stop riding this wave, man. I know you better than this, man. I know this is not even something that you really even into. So stop riding this wave, man. Listen to what you want to listen to. Don't listen to it because you think it's cool or whatever. Because personally, I don't. You don't have to impress me because I don't like Lil Wayne. I've never liked Lil Wayne. That nigga's garbage. Even when he was Hot Boy Lil Wayne, that nigga was garbage to me. I'm sorry. I never liked him. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm listening to other stuff. I mean, and like I've always been, since I even been in the music for it, when it comes to rap, I've always been about the lyrics. So a lot of stuff I was listening to was East Coast stuff, and then I would but I didn't alienate everything else. So if it was something from West Coast that was dope or whatever, I would listen to it. If something down south that was nice with lyrics in it, I would listen to it. Like I said, Outkast, like certain people like that, I would listen to it. Like something up Midwest, well, ugh. Well, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Let me not forget them. Bone Thugs and Harmony, Twista, Do or Die. I'll give y'all that. Outside of that, that whole fucking St. Louis Nelly bullshit, that shit had to go. I couldn't tolerate it. I'm sorry. So so it's like, listen to who you really want to listen to. I just can't do it, man. It's like, and every day we'd always have this conversation. This is why, like, I can have this conversation with y'all, but like other people, I can't do this with, because I get so pissed and everything. I just verbally destroy a person, because we would have this conversation every day. He would
Right.
name a rapper that he thought was nice or thought he was dope, and then he asked me about it, and we had this conversation every day, to the point I said, "Look, you making me get to the point, man, where I'm about to punch you in the face, because I'm tired of talking about these whack ass artists. You need to speak about somebody decent." I said I get so sick and tired of, oh, Wayne's the dopest rapper, whatever, but Baby's dope too. Nigga, Baby, really?
Wow.
Exactly. Thank you, sir, because I can't do the bird. I can't do the bird
Wow.
noise. Yeah, and this is still my homie to this day. He's chilled out. He's chilled out since then, but this is my homie still to this day. So I've known him since like the ninth grade. So he at one point said, "Man, Baby's dope too, whatever." Man, people hating him because he's getting money and stuff. I said, "Look, I don't
Respect it.
hate this man."
Put respect on my name.
I was like, "Look, I don't hate this man because he's getting money. I respect that. That's nice." I said, but first of all, he's not even writing his own rhymes. Second of all, whoever's writing his rhymes, they're fucking horrible too. And I think Wayne writes his rhymes. But that's besides the point.
Mm.
I said, whoever's writing his rhymes, they're horrible too because he's still ass. He has somebody writing for him, and he's still horrible. I said,
Right.
I can't listen to him. I just can't. I said, there's nobody on Young Money that I want to listen to. I will listen. I'm not gonna lie. I listen to Drake. I do. But the main reason I listen to Drake is because out of that whole YMCMB thing, he he's at least for the most part honest about himself, and I give him credit for that. So I can tolerate Drake. I can tolerate him. Now outside of that, I don't listen to anybody in YMCMB. I can't do it. Radio, get that shit out of my face.
Mm.
I can't do it. And it's like people forget that this world is consumer based. It's an economy. It's based
Of
off of
course.
consumer. So if say like me, you, Vontae, and this just say just a round number. Let's just say maybe 15, 20 million people. Okay. Let's say we get behind just I'm just random, just say just a random rapper. I'm not gonna say a name, just random rapper. Say we get behind this random rapper and he's pushing the envelope. He's like, okay, man, I'm tired of this stuff. I got lyrics. I got the whole entire package or whatever.
Hmm.
You know, we push that or whatever. If we push that, then they have no choice but to push them as well because that's what's selling. We're gonna support this person, so
Right.
that's what's gonna be bought. For case in point, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. J. Cole didn't even have really any promo for his album. That man is double platinum right now. But people, that's a success. But it still gets overshadowed by the other bullshit like Migos, Gucci Man, all this other
Oh,
bullshit.
don't get me
It, get,
started on fucking Migos.
Mm-hmm.
it gets overshadowed so much to where it seems like even though this man sold 2 million records or whatever, it's like okay, he sold the 2 million records. Now we done with that. We moving on to something else. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like people just pushing away from that and then going to something else. Now don't get me wrong, you got diehards like us that if we stick with a rapper, we gonna stick with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Point blank, period. We gonna stick with them to the store, to the soil, to the in the ground. But it's like they always focus on what's hot, what's gonna sell records, what's gonna sell records. Now if the industry turn around to where we get more getting back into lyrics or whatever, and the lyrics are starting to sell or whatever, they have no choice. But even with that being said, it's still certain people in certain positions in these record labels and this media and this radio and stuff where they getting paid to play this bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's kind of like a uphill battle. So like I don't see it really changing too much from here, but I do like the fact that at least some of the lyricists or whatever are at least we're are being supported. But
Yeah, but it's also like it's also one of those things where I think it's a generational thing too, right?
mhm,
Because it's you can kind of tell that the music that's being put out is actually to like, and this isn't just toward like black people or anything like that, but like a lot of music that's being put out now, like the trap stuff that's like really getting people's attention, are people that don't want to think like just be like forward thinking. You get what I mean? You get what I'm saying?
mhm,
It's easier to get something that's like a nice beat, say something that's like remotely dangerous to get somebody like their attention or like that hood feeling,
mhm,
and it's just to kind of keep those people down. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
you're not seeing artists like Talib Kweli or Mos Def or Common coming out with albums and like really you just hear that stuff shit bumping everywhere. Like you just don't see that. Why? Because like they're talking about some shit that's just too real for you to be sitting there partying to.
mhm,
And when you hear that stuff, normally like you hear it either, like somebody you're walking by, you're like, oh snap, is that the new Common? They'll be, yo, yeah, blah blah blah. Or you be sitting in like somewhere in like a coffee shop or somewhere, and you'll just like randomly kind of hear that lightly or something like that coming from a different place. Like different atmospheres. Like you're gonna find different types of music. People trapped in the hood, you're gonna hear that shit all day long, all day long, that trap music, that bullshit, that gibberish, and all that stuff. And then, of course, you're gonna get money from people, especially being like the record labels and stuff like that. You're gonna get money from people with that with stuff like that because they're going to constantly hear stuff like that. Why would I want to hear something that's going to teach me anything, or I can kind of learn a life lesson from, when I can just listen to some bullshit all day long and kind of learn at my own pace when I want to? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like pretty much like it's a combination of people not being smart enough to understand that like you're accepting the bullshit. So then when you accept it, and like you have no right at that point to complain that this artist is bad or this artist is bad. Why? Because when 90% of your library is the same fucking general bass or an 808 or fucking like same type of like lyrics, you have no room to complain. You can't complain. It's like an election. Like you can't complain about the president if you didn't vote.
Right.
Like you can't do that. So to say that, well, this artist is garbage, but they still do the same type of trap music, like then what does that say about your artist then? Because they're doing the exact same shit. So, and then what happens while this stuff is rising, all the good stuff is at the bottom. Like I said, your Talibs, your Mos Defs, your Anthony Hamiltons, your Commons, your hell, fucking even MF Doom falls in that category. Cause that dude be saying some shit sometimes, like even though his beats and shit be all types of crazy, he be saying some shit that I think one line he was like, I forgot one is on. He was like, it's like taking a gun from a soldier, shooting him in the foot, and then telling him to get to stepping. Like, who the fuck says some shit like that?
Right, exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's some stuff like you stop and you listen. Same thing with Gambino. Gambino's metaphors and wordplay are so up there, you're not going to catch it the first time.
Exactly.
You're not going to catch it the first time at all.
Yep.
And unless you're like, like that type of that genre and that feeling that he's coming from, that gamer / comic nerd / like offset different type of family upbringing type of stuff, you're not going to get it.
Right.
And then most people that hear that stuff are really quick to call that stuff whack, or like it's not good, or it's just like, or it's like quote unquote white people music. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy how bad it is. Like, and it's like, it goes back to like when you see people that you know and like you're pretty chill with, and you watch them like pretty much self-destruct based on the music that they're listening to. It's like you want to help, but then you just like, yo, I'd rather just distance myself from it.
Right.
Because I'd rather not get corrupted about what's about to happen. Because it's gonna come that time. It might not even be in my lifetime. I might be dead and gone. It might be like when Jaleesa's like an adult, whatever. There might be that revolution, like, yo, eventually hip hop's gonna get back to what it was.
Yeah.
Like eventually it might happen, but right now, fuck all that. Like I'm not doing none of that new school shit if I don't have to.
Right. I don't blame me at all. And it's true, like you said, man. It's like, give it time, it'll die, and then it'll come back, because everything comes back. Like just like with a style or a trend or whatever, it always comes back.
Oh yeah.
Like this damn kid and play haircuts, which I'm tired of seeing now. It came back.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm so tired of seeing that fucking bullshit, man. Oh my god.
Not to do the clap, the upset clap. But I'm tired of seeing this shit. Like kids are trying to do this shit like it's new, and then renaming shit. Stop renaming shit that already has a name. Stop that shit. Cut it out.
Man.
This shit already has a name. You stole
Running Man.
Right. This shit's not the fucking Running Man. You stole that shit. How are you gonna bite that shit for real? Like, come the fuck on.
Oh man. Damn.
And then it's not even the real fucking Running Man, dude. It's like, what the fuck?
Right, this other fucking Running Man. Yo, this is some other shit. Rename that shit something else. Rename that shit something else. That's the shit that's bothering me so bad. And it's all hip hop related though, because it seems like Everything that's around has been bitten off something else.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Yep.
Damn, I think I'm about to have a fucking aneurysm here. This is
Oh, calm down. Calm down.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Woosah.
Yeah. Okay. Until tomorrow. This nigga.
catch you go to sleep.
But I will say this because I mean this off topic, but it's still whatever. Now I will say since I am around that age, it was at one point I probably could have been. I won't put names out there, but we gonna put it out there. I could have been like Red in a way,
Hmm.
slowly but surely. But
Bang bang.
yeah,
And by
anyway,
the way, I'm not to
go
cut
ahead.
you off.
Go ahead.
It's just easy to use her as an example because you see it like honestly
Yeah,
you see it
yeah. I
everywhere.
mean, you
You see it
do.
everywhere.
You
You can
do.
see it
Yeah.
in how she talks. You can see it in how like the stuff she brings up. You can see it. So like she's an easy example of like the culture now, like just in general.
Yeah. No, but like I was gonna say, I could have been the same way because I was bumping like I was saying '07, in between '07 '09, I was bumping that Wayne. I wouldn't say heavy, but I was bumping that Wayne and whatever like that. But at the same time, I couldn't do no goddamn Gucci and things like that. Gucci, I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to slap the shit out every time I heard in my high school and shit like that. I wanted to slap the shit. Even and some of them was my close friends. I wanted to slap the shit out of their ass every time I heard Gucci. But I did listen to that heavy bass, no lyric type stuff, whatever like that.
Right.
I can't remember the names right now. I just say Wayne and somebody else. I can't really remember like that. But then I can't like I don't know what year it was. I don't know if it was like '09, 10, or 11. It couldn't have been 11, but like let's just say '09 or 10. I came around a revelation when I heard because I was going on like livemixtapes.com around that fucking time. So I was getting a whole bunch of mixtapes, listening to things.
Hmm.
So '09 or 10, I had this mixtape. And I was just listening to it because sometimes I just listen to mixtapes and I listened to the whole thing, and then it was like this one song that's like, what the fuck is this? Like, this got lyrics and it got a beat to it. Like, wait a minute. I'm used to hearing this nigger shit all the time. Like, what the fuck? Like, this, like, and then, okay, now I'm looking at the name, Now or Never, whatever like that. And then, basically, and then, like, Now or Never, Big Crit, basically.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, who the fuck is this nigga? Like, I'm liking this shit. Like, this motherfucker is nice and things like that. And then eventually, I just got to his mixtape. Crit was here, and I'm listening to this goddamn mixtape. I'm like, nigga, you changed my life for real. Cause now I can't listen to Wayne and like literally. As soon as I basically listened to Crit was here, I couldn't listen to Wayne and all these other artists like that. I'm like, I can't fuck with this shit. I can't fuck with it because like even though I ain't gonna lie to you. I will like a guilty pleasure. Sometimes I will listen to Two Chains. I'm not gonna lie to you. He the only motherfucker I will listen to. The only reason why I listen to Two Chains in a way because it's like in the background he got a college education and like for some reason that's in the back of my head like okay I know if you want to you can actually whatever because he also did things for Atlanta like for unprivileged people and things unprivileged homes things like that so but
All right.
so back of my head that's the reason why I can mess with you so if I know you kind of about something I can somewhat tolerate you but if I know you just a ignorant ass nigga, I can't listen to you in a way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm just saying for example, I'm glad I listened to Crit because I probably could have been listening to this goddamn Kevin Gates, Uzi, goddamn Herbal, even well G Herbal and whatever like that. Even though he alright though, but he's not he's from Chicago, but he's not Chance, Mick Jenkins, and Vic Mensa, but he's like
Right.
he's a step below, but
And you know what?
I
You
can't
brought
really
up
listen to it like that.
you brought up a good point, and this is one of the things that irks me about artists and stuff. Like 2 Chainz, right? You said he has a college education, right?
Yep.
But bro, you choose to say some ignorant shit to hold people down. Like why? Like you have the biggest outlet to reach people. Why would you do that to just people in general? Like why would you constantly, if you know you have the articulation to put out stuff and say things sensibly for people to understand in music, why wouldn't you do that?
Who knows? Cause like even like him and fucking Wayne, Chameleonaire, and I can't remember the other people that have college educations. I have him. I don't think about Paul Wall. I don't think Paul Wall has one. But
No,
he does
trust
it.
me, that
But
nigga does not have an education.
he does it. But when you listen to him when he do interviews, I'm like, what kind of like this? He don't sound white and things like that, but he sound sophisticated as hell. I'm like, Paul, what the
Yep.
Right.
fuck? Every time I listen to him, especially back in the day, like, how do you sound like this? But you sound so.
And you know,
like what the fuck? But yeah,
yeah, and it's funny you said that because when I was living in Texas at the time, this was right when them two really started to blow up or whatever. And it's funny if you listen to the albums that they did together, Paul Wall sounds like a black dude, and if you listen to Chameleonaire on their CDs, he sounded like the white guy in the group.
Yeah,
That's what made it funny. You know what I'm saying? And Chameleonaire, that's one of my favorite rappers to this day. And I always, every time I seen Paul Wall or listen to him, I'm like, damn, nigga, it's like, you sure you're white? Are you
Right.
sure? Are you sure? I think he's still dope. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
But it's like, you sure? Are you sure you're white? But then you hear him actually really, really talk. It's like, wow.
The only thing I still have on repeat from Paul Wall is that People's Champ album. That's the only thing I have.
That's the only one that's worth it. That's the only one,
Right.
man. And then also even because even it make it even worse. Even like Plies ass when he want to talk for real, this motherfucker's sophisticated too. Like y'all, I want to slap the shit out of this. I want to
Right.
slap them half the time for real. Cause like, how the fuck is you sophisticated, but then you wanna bitch pop that pussy? But what? Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
okay, all right. But at the same time, it's what the people want. You have to get what the people want. So people sometimes don't want to hear that lyrical ass stuff because eventually, if you get too lyrical, and and just like anything like in life in a way, when people preaching to you too much, eventually you're gonna turn off your ears and you just looking at them
Right.
and you're not really listening. So that's really what it is.
And
Right.
actually, and I hate to say this, man, I think a lot of people don't want to hear that lyrical shit sometimes because sometimes some of the things being said is too deep for somebody to comprehend.
Yeah.
And I think people don't want to they don't want to seem stupid because they don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You know what I'm saying? And that's not, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes, like, you may not get it. Like, there's been multiple things I've listened to and, like, multiple albums, like, I've had to listen to a couple times because I didn't get it the first few times, and I really had to stop and just listen.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens, though. But it's like, it's not a thing to be afraid of. Like, it's some stuff we need it, but it's like right now, it's like we don't even have the lyrical stuff like we need to.
yeah.
Out of like the 15 rappers that put out all this trap, we maybe got 3 that put out something lyrical and decent. Like there should at least be like a half, like a split down the middle, at least.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, I agree with y'all. It's like it's like music, certain music is not meant for you to catch it on the first go round.
Right.
That's why you listen to it over and over again. But see, nowadays between the internet, between websites that give you the lyrics, or say like Rap Genius or whatever it's called, I forget the name of it.
Yeah.
Or even just watching it on say like YouTube where people actually got it broken down or whatever, you can figure out the stuff. Like a prime example, Vontae, I know you remember this, but we was talking about the Lupe Fiasco song.
Yeah, I remember.
The
Adoration of Magi.
Exactly. I do. I promise you. I listened to that song the first 10 times and I didn't catch on to it.
Yeah.
The sound. I don't know if you heard this. I don't know if you heard the song, dude, or seen a little video of it, dog.
Yeah.
This is one of the most well put together songs I've ever listened to
I swear.
or heard.
It's
You know, because when you listen to the chorus, It's like when you listen to the chorus at first, you're not gonna catch it, but if you see the visual, or if you actually
Yeah,
read the fucking
that
words that the man put together to get the
that
picture
shit,
to performing
boy,
it, that
boy,
shit is crazy.
man,
I'm telling you. Matter of
man.
fact, I'll link it in the chat.
I don't want to see
That
that
shit
video
is
no more
crazy.
though. I don't that video, man.
The
That video.
video, and it's a fan made video, so it's gonna fuck
Yeah,
you up.
yeah.
It's gonna fuck you up, dude. I'm telling you, man. Just the damn course alone. Matter of fact, Lupe Fiasco. But see, that's why I always fuck with Lupe, because I remember he had his Food and Liquor album, that first album, and one of the songs that didn't even make the album, theme music to a drive-by. That's one of my favorite songs, because he said it's no honor amongst fellows. It's harder than sitting with a blind man and trying to describe yellow. Nigga, who says that shit? Who
Right.
who says that shit? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. That's
I don't know because I mean I'm gonna keep on referring it back to whatever, but I halfway think it's like I just say with lyrics or like that. I'm not gonna say just black folks. Now I keep on saying niggas. I'm sorry, but with black folks, I halfway think with lyrics and things like that. I think it's halfway like a book. Motherfuckers don't really want to read a book. They really don't.
uh
And And if you got like Cornell notes or whatever, like shortcut, whatever, people gonna take the Cornell notes. That's just how it's gonna be because
right.
they rather have the easy way than the hard way, and the easy way is that trap or that just that or that hard ass course, and that's it. And that's just how it is. Niggas don't want to read basically, so that's really
Yeah,
all it
You're
is.
right.
pretty much. Yeah, I'm right about that.
You're right.
And
I
I'm
just
one
put
of
on
them
Twitter
too.
like, yo, I just put on Twitter, yo, I'm cutting off everybody who listens to new school hip hop. I'm being dead serious with that. I'm cutting off everybody.
Oh
I'm cutting,
shit.
I'm cutting
Oh,
everybody off because yo, I can't take that, man. Because because I, honestly, like I think it's honestly spilling into like just my like, how do I say it? Like, it's not really affecting my personality, but it's it, I don't know. I have no idea how to explain it. Like, I really wish I did right now, but anytime I come in contact with any type of like that crazy trap shit, dude, like I feel like my mood just swings every time, and it's not and not in a good way either. Like I like I can't do it. Maybe right now I just need to like just do a fucking desert island type of shit and just cut it off for a while or what, but I can't do it. Like I physically I can't do it because I think either a I'm gonna spaz out on somebody at the wrong time, or I'm literally just gonna like be mentally drained trying to understand what the fuck you're talking about. Like I can't do it. I just cannot do it. So far I've gone on an amazing streak. I haven't listened to anything crazy from new artists in like 4 months. And I think I can keep that going. I think I can personally keep that going.
okay.
That's my goal. I'm probably gonna fail at that goal, but I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Because knowing me, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and somebody's be like, "Yo, peep this," and I'm like, "Wait, what is this video I'm watching?" It's automatically gonna be some new shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Like that's my goal. But I shouldn't. You know what? I probably shouldn't have said just new school hip hop because some new school is actually kind of good. I should have
Yeah.
said trap. I should have revised that and said trap.
Mm. Yep.
Fuck it. It's out in the ether now. Fuck it.
Yep. Yep.
Fuck it. Like I just can't, man. Like I. I don't know, man. I think honestly, like when it comes down to it, and I think why it bothers me so is because people are just okay with mediocreness, man.
Yep.
Either mediocre or bad. It's like, you know what? That'll do. That'd be cool for this year.
He's not that bad though. He's not that bad.
Right. If you gotta say he's not that bad, yo, if you gotta say he's not that bad, he's that bad.
Yep.
Possibly worse.
Yep.
You know what? I can bump to this though. Okay. I
Or
can.
like,
Oh
or
my
like
god.
you hear the phrase, you know what? I used to not really mess with him until I heard this one though. So I'm like, yo, if you have to start off a sentence to kind of get people to like get where you at about your artists, I don't know. I can't. No, I can't. Like, I just can't. Like, when I tell you this shit has been on my mind all day, this shit has been on my mind all fucking day. That's how irritated I've been about that conversation today.
And I could tell it's real just off the simple fact that you, sir, have no Periscope today, so I know this shit is real.
No
I know it's
Pastor
real.
P's for real.
Yeah,
None.
because we was talking on
Uh-oh.
Twitter, and you were like, "Dad, no Periscope today." I said, "Oh shit, I know it's real." So, oh god, this man's about to go all the way in.
Like,
All the way up.
like I can't,
Oh.
man. I just fear for hip hop, man. And that's all really is. It's mostly just love for the music, man, and just like the feeling you get like when you hear that, like that one song that makes sure that gets you in like that hype mood, and it's like a classic. Nothing that's coming out right now sounds like a classic at all.
Mm-hmm.
Sad times. Sad times.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like I would love just for like shits and giggles. I'd be like, yo, you get to have a hip hop basketball team, right? You pick 5 people from the new school on yours, and I'll pick 5 people from the old school on mine. I guarantee you, no matter who you pick, my 5 will always beat yours every time.
Facts.
Like every time. Like I want to do that with people, but then like I feel like that might be another like Pandora's box there.
Yep.
And then that's a whole, and people are like, no, but what about? Like, yeah, but what about it? Shut up. Let it happen. What about it?
It is funny because I catch myself like, even if I do decide to entertain a conversation like this with somebody, and they'll ask me who I listen to, like, who's somebody new that you listen to, and then I'll say a name, and then I have to catch myself because this person has been around probably for a long time, so it's not even necessarily that they're new. It's just that people really don't pay them any attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you heard of Mickey Fax, but I think Mickey Fax was on that 2009 cover that you put in the chat or whatever. That's one of my favorite rappers right now, and it's crazy because dude has always been extremely lyrical, and he's been around for a good 10, 12 years or whatever, and he's now kind of getting some type of recognition. And every time somebody asks me one of my favorite rappers, I say that's newer. I always say Mickey Fax, but I keep forgetting that the man's been around. It's just the fact that people don't pay him really that much attention.
Right. But see, like he's newer to the like general public at that point.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's still crazy. Like even now, like I can bring up MF Doom to people. They're like, yo, who is that?
Yep.
But Doom's been around fucking forever though. Like he's been putting out amazing stuff for fucking forever. The only reason why you won't hear most people don't hear about Doom because he's so underground. You won't hear him unless people that listen to him put you on to him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how it is. Like, dare I say it? Like, yo, matter of fact, I would take MF Doom and Mr. Fantastic against every new artist out right now, hands down.
Yeah, that's a body bag.
Like hands down.
That is a body bag, dude. Or hell, for that matter, shit, you could do MF Doom and Madlib for that matter, shit.
Oh my god, yo.
Just off of lyrics and beats alone, that's a fucking body bag. Really and truthfully, hell, who else you can do? You could do Pete Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And who else?
That's unfair. That's unfair.
Matter of fact, I'll put it like this: you could do Pete Rock, and if Little Brother was actually still a group, you could do them too.
Right.
That's a body bag.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another one. I love Little Brother still to this day, even though they're not a group anymore, man. I used to love, still do. But I mean, like, dude, like North Carolina, when I say them niggas put on,
Right.
Fonte, excuse me, not you, Fonte, but
I
Fonte,
know.
that nigga is still in my top 10 for real, and still in my top 10. Elzai's in my top 10. Uh, Royce the 5'9" is still in my top 10.
Nigga. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh shit, you already know KRS-One is in my top 10, and this is not in any order.
Right.
KRS-One is in my top 10. Big Daddy Kane is in there. Because you know me, a lot of my rappers. I have to do like a top 20. I can't really even do a top 10. I'll say Mickey Fax is in there. Uh, who else is in there? Joe Budden is in there. Who is it? Crooked Eyes in there. I don't know if you heard of Horseshoe Gang, but they're in there.
Every damn time with this. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I, every time you say this name, that shit still mess me up every time. But
Oh,
go
the Horseshoe
ahead.
Gang.
Yeah, that just go ahead. Go ahead. That
I'm
just
not gonna front, like I've never really heard them before, but like if you when you just bring that up, I was like, damn, what kind of hillbilly ass rap group is this?
he been talking about that since like since 13. Like, oh my god,
Like
I'm sorry.
it sounds like some like Arrested Development like side group.
man.
We used to go out and play horseshoes, horseshoes.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh my god, listen to. I don't know if you ever heard this song by Ninth Wonder and like Fonte and Median, but this shit here, like like it's a pretty chill, mellow beat, but it's legit. Like Median's pretty dope. I don't think most people be up on his stuff either.
Hmm. And like really and truthfully, man, if I had to sit here and think of any rapper right now that's actually, I say what represents, I say like the hardworking man, like an everyday man, it's like Fonte.
Yeah,
But he always has like a comedic twist to his shit, even though it's extremely lyrical and it's dope and everything. He still has a comedic twist to his stuff, and that's why I mess with Fonte too. Man.
it's too good, man. It's too good, and
Hmm.
it's like actually, I think if some groups. Some groups and some artists were to come back, they'd probably make a killing now. Because I feel like some of the artists from like, I want to say like early 2000s and stuff, like maybe late 90s, they were out there. I feel like they didn't really get the stuff that they deserved as far as like recognition wise, but they were still kind of like known. I
Hmm.
think right now, if Beatnuts were to come out with a new album right now, it'd be murderous. Like it'd be amazing.
Man, wow. Yep. Oh man, but at the APB for beat nuts, man.
Yep, gotta get them boys out here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like some of these artists just need to come back and just like probably just try and wreck some shit.
Hmm.
Hell, fucking bring G Dep back.
I know, right?
Mm.
Yeah, but he had to confess to that murder that was on his chest. So yeah, he
Right.
probably won't make it out here anytime soon.
Yeah. Wait on G Dep. Wait on your special delivery.
I know, right?
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
But see, even G Dep's a good example, man. Like the beat that he had for special delivery was jumping enough to like get you like kind of going. But
Hmm.
what he was saying was kind of like it wasn't too off the wall, but it was like, all right, all right, I see where you're going with this. All right,
Right.
like it's crazy. Even fucking Emil. If Emil were to come back right now, right, and just put out something crazy, like yo, Emil would do amazing.
Yeah. I wonder what happened to her too. Really.
Man, the world will never know. The world will never know. She's like disappeared off the face of the earth all of a sudden. It's just it's too real. It's too fucking real. But yeah, that's the struggle. Now, see, knowing my luck, I'm gonna wake up and all of a sudden I'm just gonna hear nothing but dumb shit tomorrow.
Yep.
I know it. I know I am.
You know it. You
Next thing
prepared,
you,
buddy.
next thing you know, you can see a message from me on Twitter saying I can't take this shit no more.
Oh shit, man.
Like, oh my god, I just one of these days, man. I just kind of hope and pray sometimes. Like, yo, today's the day hip hop's gonna get better. Nope. All right, maybe tomorrow.
35 years later. God damn.
Oh
All
shit.
right, still not yet. I'll wait. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Oh man.
Fucking nuts.
Where's that damn song at? No, that ain't it.
Oh, that's not it. Oh, who's another cat that was from North Carolina that kind of didn't really get a. Oh, fucking Metaphor the Great.
Yeah, I heard of him. Didn't he do the
He
Didn't
did
he do
like
some songs on
half the,
Boondocks?
he did half the shit on Boondocks, yo. He was like putting out. I think he's from like Raleigh or Greensboro or some shit like that.
Got you. Yeah, because you said Metaphor the Great, so I know that name sounds familiar. Then I started thinking about Boondocks. Like, yeah, he did some of those songs. Yeah, I remember that.
Hell
Yep.
yeah, killing it. See, fell off.
Hmm. Okay, Vontae, that's Horseshoe Gang. I know I've been talking about these niggas for like
No.
years now.
No.
The song,
I'm not
the
playing.
song is long
No. No. Change your name, niggas. No. No. Sound like y'all niggas from Texas or something. No.
No. That's
I,
Crooked Eyes Younger Brothers.
I remember. I'm just saying. It just Horseshoe just messed me up because like I can't because I don't know.
Yeah, that is kind of a random name for a group though. Horseshoe Gang.
You know, what happened was they used to the Indianapolis Colts hats with the horseshoe on them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They used to call themselves the Shoe Gang. Something happened or whatever. They got into some type of situation or whatever, and I don't know. Long story short, they've been using that symbol or whatever, and they just been calling themselves Horseshoe Gang for whatever reason. I forgot the whole story, but yeah, that's where that shit comes from.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so song is long as hell, but this song is just fucking bars. Every song they do is bars, but this one is one of my favorites in particular. This one in J. Cole had that song Mo Money, the little interlude off of Born Sinner.
Mm-hmm.
They had a song called Robbing Nigga Thoughts off that beat, and that one's straight bars too. So yeah.
Horseshoe Gang, yo, that name is messing me up so bad right now.
See, I've been feeling like that for years. Shit, I know how I feel.
Oh man. But thanks to Vontae, it's one song that I'll never forget.
Here it come. Here it come. Here it come. Go ahead. Come on.
Man,
Go ahead.
son,
Go ahead.
I don't know if you heard this song, man. I don't know if you listen to Danny Brown.
Don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. Don't.
Nah.
Please don't. Please.
Wow, well, yo,
Please.
what's so wrong or so right with this song? What?
Because no, go ahead. No, you go ahead, Blue. Because it's more your speed than me. So you go ahead. I don't even go ahead.
Vontae introduced me to Danny Brown, and
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, Danny Brown. Didn't he do a? Is that the same dude who did a track on fucking the Lucas Brother cartoon?
He did that. I don't know if he did that, but I know he did like you know the TV show Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah.
He done the intro or the theme to that TV show as well. And he did some of the Silicon Valley and some other stuff too. But go ahead, Blue.
Yeah.
Go ahead, your nasty ass.
Son, this is probably gonna be one of your new theme songs anyway. Danny Brown has a song called "I Will," but it's just funny because the way the chorus goes, he said, "What do you want? Do, bitch, I will." And I love this song, man. Ever since Vontae put me onto this song, man, I've sung this shit damn near every day.
Oh my god!
When I say it's triple X, yeah, it's triple X.
Man.
So if you decide to play it in your Periscope, dog, yeah, do that. Trust me.
To be honest, like for real though, sound. If you play it on Periscope, I don't know if them females gonna be ready for that. If they can really hear it, if they can really hear it, I don't know if they can handle it for real. Because you pass the P's general, but I will is whew,
Yeah.
that's next level. That's all I'm gonna say.
What do you want to do? Bitch, I will. She like, man, oh my God, I love that song, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah,
That should
this
be
horseshoe
past
gang
it.
shit right here is fucking fire as fuck.
I told you, man, nothing but bars. I told you. But yeah, man.
Yo, I live see shit like this. I live for. Like I love this shit right here.
Mm-hmm. What do you want to do? Bitch, I will. She like,
All I'm going. What was it?